Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my modded StoneBlock world where I'm in a cave playing modded Minecraft on the Feed the Beast StoneBlock 2 mod pack. And that is pretty much where we left off last video. We had a look at some of the quests and we got quite far, and finally we unlocked some wood. Now in between videos I have been doing just a little bit of planting some trees. I actually planted like one tree in between videos. Oh, I just destroyed my torch. That is unfortunate. Because we need a little bit of wood for just all of this to work. So let's just keep breaking. Now, honestly, spruce is a little bit difficult because those are quite tall trees. So I want to see if we can maybe plant a little bit of an oak sapling and see what we get. But yeah, we started in this world just last video, so you really haven't missed too much if you haven't seen the first one. But definitely go check it out because it definitely explains how this mod works a lot. But we finally unlocked some wood, which is really exciting because now we have actually like just more regular crafting recipes, because we had no way to really make a pickaxe before. And now we basically get to craft a pickaxe if we wanted to, because we've got stone and we've got wood. Sometimes when I spawn into the tree, it hurts just a little bit. But we keep breaking. And I am using the excavation mod, which is also why you'll see when I start breaking a block, this little thing pop up. It's because for some reason when I press that key, which I need to break more than one block at a time, that also pops up. So there you go. We've now completed our quest. And these trees have been so lovely and so kind as to drop a little bit of food for us. We have 2 plum pears, 2 plum peaches, and 6 apples. So we won't starve at the very least. What's our random reward? It is 6 phantom face. Okay. Now we have 2 directions we can go in. We can either go towards tinkering or towards silk stuff. Now, I'm in 2 minds about this because I love the Tinker's Construct mod. It's my favorite mod. Honestly, I love playing with it so much. I think it opens up a whole lot of opportunities. But when doing just a little bit of research on this mod, people told me to get chickens. Chickens were the #1 thing ever. Early game, apparently. So maybe I go towards the chicken task right now. I think it might, that might be the good move. So I think we just get a couple more trees going. There we go. Just so that we have that going. That's not what I tried to do. Okay, let's just keep breaking it. We got another apple there. Love to see it. And let's see what we can do for the next quest towards the chickens. And I also want to double check if maybe chickens aren't also somewhere else entirely. But I don't know much about the chickens. All I know is I've been told to go towards the chicken. So this actually looks to be the chicken. And either we craft a chicken egg to spawn it. Interesting. So this looks to be chickens. Honestly, I think I might just keep going. Maybe we don't go this way. I think maybe we go down this way. Because chickens look to be quite difficult. But I want to see what this is all about these chickens. So some of these are definitely more advanced, but also some of these are starting points. A log chicken, that seems to be a good starting point. So let's see if we can maybe figure out anything to do with the chickens. Today will be chicken day. Because already we see we need food. So how do I make a log chicken? So we have a log chicken, which we need an egg and some wood. Any wood. How do we get an egg? Chicken essence with chicken drops. Or loot crates. Okay. So that's not really an option for us right now. So maybe if we make... I don't think we can have chickens right now because maybe we need chickens to have chickens. That's a solid thought. So scratch that plan. No longer episode of the chickens. This is not really feeding us all that much. So unless we have eggs, we're kind of... Okay. This maybe is where we start. So we want to bait a chicken. The ground trap works by generating mob drops depending on the type of bait used while it is touching at least 3 blocks of grass. We currently have 0 grass, but we need a ground trap and grain, fruit, or veggie bait. And we definitely have some fruit in our inventory. So let's see what happens if we craft a ground trap. What is that looking like? A ground trap is, apart from string, well within our capabilities. Now, string. What are you looking like? So we would need wool somehow, or a little bonsai tree. Okay. For sure a little bit more advanced than where we are right now. When are they telling us to actually get to bonsai trees? Here. I'm sure it's somewhere. Bonsai trees are a very big part of this mod. Here we go. Let's just get string from a silkworm. That's what we want. Break leaves with a crook to collect silkworms. You can plant them on leaves and they will infest them and spread and eventually turn white. White leaves can be harvested with a crook to collect string. Sometimes you just gotta read a little bit to figure out exactly what you're doing. So let me plant just a little bit more ground for us, because we definitely need more space. And we don't want, you know, 2 trees to be touching if one of them is going to be silkwormed, and then the other would also, you know, lose all of their leaves. So I definitely don't want to do all that. So let's break this up a little bit. And you know what? While we're here, let's see if this is helpful in any way. We've gotten our upgrade. I don't really know if this is faster at all, but I felt like making a pickaxe and going back to the traditional Minecraft roots. Now, if only I could get just a little bit of coal. Actually, we can make charcoal now that we have logs, so that's good. So then we can have a little bit more light in this world. So let's start with some of that as well. We'll do this. We'll do some of this. Perfect. So now that's all going. Let's break a little bit more around here so the tree has space to grow. And then we can start with hopefully getting our first infected tree. And then once we have string, I think we'll be able to start with the chicken goal. So that's, you know, while I said there is lots of quests for us to follow, sometimes we divert from them just a little bit because we have goals that we wish to achieve or we wish to explore. And so it's just a little bit of doing whatever feels right in the moment, and if you ever get lost along the way, you just revert back to the little questing system and see if you can do any more quests to see if those help you. Which I definitely really do enjoy about modded Minecraft. And eventually we'll have a massive, lovely little house in this cave. We'll be having our own little world deep under the ground. And we'll plant just a little bit of a tree. We'll see if it wants to grow. Is there enough space? I don't know. You need more light, probably. Can I do this? Do we like that? No. Oh, we do. So you... This is 9 EMC? I don't know. I'll place it. Let's see if it'll grow now. Trying to see. What do you maybe need gone? Maybe this wall? We're trying to make a beautiful world for our trees down here to live in the darkness. So I might as well give it just a little bit more space. Come on, you can do it. You can grow. There we go. And now we use our crook to try and get ourselves some silkworms. We might have to do this just a couple of times. I don't know the chances of this dropping, but we can try. We're definitely doing this right? Break leaves with a crook and collect silkworms. That's what we're doing. This is a crook. Okay. Maybe they're more of a rare drop than I thought. We'll wait. Maybe eventually we'll find something. I don't see it yet. But there's always more trees where this one came from. So we'll see if we can get it in the future. Oh, I shouldn't have broken the connecting blocks. That's true. Let's break. And quite simply, we try again. Tree will eventually grow if we just keep shifting. Honestly, I might just move this over like 1 or 2 for now. Doesn't really matter, I fear. There we go. Back to our trusty old crook. I think I see it right there, and we infest it, and we'll just have to wait for a second. Perfect. We have just a little bit more. Honestly, I might just stick with stone torches for now, because they're definitely more affordable for us. Because wood is a little bit more of a valuable resource, but we can finally start actually lighting this area up. And let me take back my sticks. Oh yeah, let me put some stuff away. Induction smelter will be cool. An alloy smelter will probably be cool. I have no idea what you are. Don't know. And a speed upgrade. A magical speed upgrade. Okay, love to see that. That'll be useful. Okay, now that we have done this, white leaves can be harvested with a crook to collect string. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. And then with the string, we should be able to make ourselves a ground trap. Let me maybe grab all the materials I need for that while we're here. This, and it was like 1 or 2 of these. Oh, I forget that trapdoors are such an expensive crafting recipe. I think 1 is fine. Yeah, and then just a couple more string or sticks. There we go, and as soon as I think these are white. Perfect. We now have string. What more could we ask for? Now I wonder if there's any way for us to get any grass down here. Because the ground trap did specifically say it wanted to be touching grass. So I can see if there's any modified crafting recipe for a grass block. We break. Let's see what I can do. So let's see if there's any way for us to get grass. Okay, all of this is way out of our budget. We have a boop beep chick, I suppose. We have a hydrator with 2 grass. Honestly, that might probably be our cheapest way to get this. But I want to see if maybe we can do a ground trap without grass. We go against the guidelines. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Let's have a look at our quest. So we know we've done this. Let me just collect that. We've got 3 hoppers. Ooh, that'll actually be really nice. We can use that straight away. And now we have done half of this. So let's make some bait. Okay. I think we want this fruit bait. We want string and a piece of fruit. Perfect. Okay. Now let's see. We have this done. Now, if we want a chicken, there's 3 ways to get chicken. We can buy it from a market, we can grow it from seeds, or we can catch a chicken. Let's see if I put this here and I put this in. Anything ever happens. It can just be here for now. I think it definitely needs the grass, so maybe that was a little bit of a failed mission. Let me see what a chicken catcher is. We need an egg. Eggs continue to be the one thing we absolutely need along the way. So if we have a ground trap, we eventually maybe get an egg. But ground traps look to truly need some grass. Let me do some reading on the ground trap by Pam's Harvest Craft. I have one idea to maybe make this work. And other than that, I actually don't really know. It took the bait. So we'll check back on this in a minute and see what else we can maybe do. We've got a lot of cobblestone right now. But I did remember we got ourselves just a couple of hoppers. And we have a demonically gargantuan drum. This looks like a very nice storage thing. Let me go back to this one. Not that we desperately need more cobblestone right now, but I think it'll be a nice little investment, I suppose. We get to use what was given to us. And do this. Or do this. There we go. Now it's connected. And I wonder if this mod has this. It does. Okay, so we can compress our cobblestone. So once this chest gets full, we can compress it so then it's not as full anymore. Let me see if we have to wait for this. Okay, so this should produce some sort of bait or trap or find every roughly 3 minutes. So we've got a little bit more to wait, but I think honestly this was a little bit more difficult than the first day for sure. I think we could all see that, but that's because I wasn't necessarily following the quest line. I was just going off a little bit, but we still managed to find our way, and hopefully we'll be able to start having some chickens soon, which is always very exciting. I want to gather some more silkworms so that we have at least one. There we go, for if you ever want to make some more string, but currently we've got, you know, a little bit of a string surplus. Let me just see if I can maybe grab one more. But now we know we can get string, and we finally have decent access to wood. You know, we're not down on saplings. We can always craft more saplings, of course, with dirt and our crook. And hopefully soon we'll have some chickens roaming about that we can use for other fun stuff, and maybe as a food source. You never know. Interestingly enough, we only get 1 silkworm per tree so far, if one at all. But I suppose that does make sense. We wouldn't want to get everything too easily. And we finally have some automatic cobblestone generating, which is quite nice, because cobblestone is definitely a useful block to have, despite, you know, all of our walls being made of cobblestone. And we have our first feather. We're hoping for an egg, but I don't know what the chances of that dropping are, so I might as well make just a little bit more bait. Fruit bait. Yeah, we'll do like 12, and I suppose you'll have to wait till next video to see what we find, because I am just going to be AFK here for a little while until we find whatever it is we need. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any ideas for this world, what you maybe want me to have a look at, specific mods, if you just want me to continue with the quest storyline, any ideas at all, definitely feel free to let me know. or just tell me about your day, or if you enjoyed the video. Either way, I love hearing from you all, and I appreciate all your comments and all your support, so feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I appreciate it so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon in this world or the next. Alright, until the next one, bye-bye!